So tell me more about these intelligent video experiences.
There are a couple of key core intelligent video experiences. You're going to have group framing, presenter tracking, speaker tracking, composition. So these are kind of industry standard experiences that are offered across multiple different products, and they can be implemented in different spaces according to the needs of that particular space or meeting. So why don't we go ahead and walk through each one of these and talk about how they can be utilized to make your hybrid meetings better.
Let's talk about group framing.
Group framing is going to be when you have a space that you want to ensure that your remote participants can see everybody. So sometimes you may have one person, you may have 3 people in that room. It may dynamically change in the middle of the meeting or between meetings, but you don't want to have somebody there adjusting the camera to ensure that everyone can be seen. So this is when you would implement the group framing experience.
Which intelligent video products support group framing?
Crestron has a wide variety of different products that support group framing. We have some solutions that are solely based around this experience. Primarily, you'd be looking at the Huddly IQ as well as the One Beyond, that's an optical zoom PTZ camera. We also have the Huddly L1, that's for slightly larger spaces, and the Jabra Panicast 50 also has group framing as well. And then the Video Bar and the Hawk have an element of group framing that are part of those experiences in those products as well.
Can you tell me about presenter tracking?
Presenter tracking is going to be an experience for where you have a presentation area in a room. So I'm talking about a classroom, a training room, a lecture where you have somebody who's walking up to a designated presentation area and they're going to be walking around while they're giving their presentation. Presenter tracking is going to detect when they enter that presentation zone, lock onto the presenter or presenters, and follow them as they're moving dynamically in the space. So presenter tracking can be just a single presenter, or if you had a group of people who walked up into that presentation area and were all moving around, you can still have presenter tracking for a group of presenters. You can also dynamically adjust your presenter tracking to show the content on a whiteboard or something like that, and then resume the presenter tracking experience whenever somebody leaves that particular zone.
Which solutions have presenter tracking?
Crestron has 2 great presenter tracking solutions. We have the One Beyond i12 camera. This camera is going to be great for that single presenter tracking up to about 25 feet. We also have the One Beyond i20 camera. This camera has enhanced presenter tracking up to 50 feet and includes the ability to group track, so that's being able to track multiple presenters as well as have those preset zones that I talked about earlier.
Can you tell me about the speaker tracking experience?
The speaker tracking experience is going to be when the remote participants need to be able to see who's speaking up close. So this may be a larger meeting space or a meeting room where it's really important to be able to grab that nonverbal communication of whoever is talking. So if one person is on one side of the table and they're talking, you'll get a nice close-up view of them. And then if someone on the other side of the room or, all the way at the back of the room starts talking, the remote participants are able to see that person up close when they're talking.
Which solutions have speaker tracking?
Crestron has several intelligent video solutions that have speaker tracking. First up, we have Automate VX. This is the premier speaker tracking solution for your extra large and high impact spaces. These are going to be your rooms that host some of your most highest profile and highest occupancy meetings. Up to 12 cameras can be placed around the room, so you can really grab close-ups of people wherever they might be in that space. For your medium to large sized rooms, we have the Hawk, which is a standalone dual PTZ camera solution, which allows for a great speaker tracking solution, again, in those medium to large rooms. We also have the Video Bar 70, and that has speaker tracking in it as well. That's an all-in-one collaboration bar. And also the Hudley L1, that has speaker tracking in it as well, as does the Jabra Panacast 50, which is that great video bar for your smaller spaces.
So tell me about composition experience.
So composition is going to be for those spaces where you may need to see more than one view of the space at the same time in the same frame. So this could be something like a wide shot of the room plus the person who is currently speaking. This could be, all of the people in the room brought together and, in different tiles like a gallery view. There are a lot of people that really enjoy that experience, and it's more engaging for them being able to see those different perspectives at the same time in the same frame. That's the composition experience.
Which products provide that experience?
So I'm going to talk about some of the more standard ways that composition can happen in some of Crestron's products, and then we'll get into how you can create a customized experience with Automate VX. So some of the products that we have are going to provide an experience where you're going to see a picture-in-picture. So this is going to be something like the Video Bar 70, where you are able to see a wide view of the room plus whoever is speaking. That way the remote participants can be engaged and see both of those views composited together. Also, there's another form of composition that we see in Crestron products, which are going to be this side-by-side of whoever is speaking and a person who spoke before them. So it's going to be like a conversation mode. You'll see that in the Hawk. You'll see that in Automate VX, and you're also going to see that in the Video Bar 70. The other experience that's a little bit more standard that you'll see across products that uses composition is going to be where it will detect the different faces in the room and compile them together in a view that shows just the people, removing all of the excess of whatever else is in the room. And this experience you're going to be able to get with the Hudley products and the Jabra Panacast 50. Also, this experience can be done in the cloud by some of our video conferencing partners, where you would use a solution from Crestron and then that on top. Also, as I said, I wanted to talk about customizing this experience. With Automate VX, you have the ability to really create whatever composition in that frame you'd like. The product calls it layouts. And that will allow you to do a picture-in-picture of the front of the room and the active speaker, or really get creative with it. You could have left side of the room, right side of the room, your CEO, and whoever is talking.
How about combining multiple experiences?
You can absolutely combine multiple experiences together, and a room may require multiple experiences. You may want different experiences from meeting to meeting. You may want different experiences in the same meeting, and you may want to be able to use multiple experiences simultaneously. We'll see that a lot with speaker tracking and composition. So that way you're able to see who the active speaker is and another view of the room as well. Also, some products do offer multiple experiences at the same time. Some also have the ability that you can select which mode you're in. So for one meeting, you may want to just be able to see everybody. In that case, you would select group framing. In another case, you may want to be able to see whoever is speaking up close, and then you would enable speaker tracking. So this is a great way to really get the experience for your remote participants based off of the meeting type you're having.